I'm here at Lanham Restaurant in the heart of London's Square Mile for a leaders' lunch like no other. Some of Europe's top corporate power brokers join me to set the table for the year ahead. It pays to know where the opportunities and dangers lurk in 2015, and who better to tell me than a banker, an insurer, and an ad man. Let's meet the leaders. This is Carlo Messina. He's a career banker at the helm of Intesa Sanpaolo, deemed one of the strongest lenders in the Eurozone. He's a safe set of hands with the knack for a turnaround. And he's made no secret that he wants to be a top performer in Europe. Meet Maurice Lévy. He's Monsieur Big of the ad world and has run Publicis for 30 years. With billings that run into the tens of billions, his clients read like a roll call of global corporate giants. Famed for gobbling up smaller firms, he says being the biggest isn't his ambition, he just wants to be the best. Rounding out our leaders, Tidjane Thiam. He runs one of the world's biggest insurers and has taken its share price to new highs. Born in Ivory Coast, schooled in France, he embarked on a career in business, then politics, then back again. 2014 was quite tumultuous in terms of just the year that was. Personally, how did you all live it? Carlo.
2014 was a very difficult year for Italy, so my country and the country in which I'm based. But also for Europe, there was a disappointing figures on growth. And so the problem is unemployment. But what I think is very important is that the saving of the Italian families and European families is maintaining very strong. So I think it is very important for the fundamental for the future of this 2014.
But you were it was your first year where you were CEO.
Yes.
And the share price did very well.
Yes.
So actually in all the storm you came out
yes.
well.
This is the reason why is that we are having a significant impact from the saving of the Italian family, and you know that in Italy the saving is the second in the world. So we are taking part of the very good area of the Italian economy.
Maurice, you had a more difficult 2014.
It was the year of all the dangers. I would say that it has been annus horribilis. We had to call back the merger with Omnicom, which was supposed to make Publicis Omnicom the largest, number one in every single area of our business. Due to the fact that we were focusing on the merger, we had a very bad year in terms of trading. So all this has been very, very difficult. So a very bad year.
I mean, did you take it personally? Was it difficult on you as a person, on you as a CEO?
Everything that's happening at Publicis, I'm taking it personally, except the joy. The joy is for my teams, the success are for my teams. Everything bad, I'm taking it personally. It is affecting my behavior. It is affecting my morale. But at the same time, it is giving me, when it's difficult, a lot of strength. The worst thing which can happen is the negative spiral. You have to avoid to find yourself in a negative spiral when something bad is happening.
Absolutely. It's been an interesting year, to speak like our English friends.
Asia, understatement of the year.
Kind of. Asia, I'm practicing. Asia, as always, as you know, is really the heart of our strategy. And for once, we had some headwinds. In a way, I don't mind difficult times, because that's when you test the resilience of your strategy, of your teams. And frankly, the results were very strong.
And again, as a CEO, from a personal point of view, do you say it's tough, but we've been doing well, so I'm proud? Or are you always on the lookout? Are you always looking for the next big pitfall?
I have said on the record, so I can repeat it, that I'm completely paranoid. And I think part of my job is to be structurally unhappy. Even if sometimes internally I can allow myself to be pleased, I don't show it too much.
Recall the most significant day you had in 2014.
I think there are landmarks in the history of a company. The day we passed 15 pounds, and that was really It's not the share price in itself, it's the joy that people feel. That's your fuel. That's your fuel.
The pride.
The pride. You get on the elevator and you feel that people stand taller. You cannot buy that. You just can't buy that.
And for you, did you have one day or?
The day in which I made the presentation of the business plan, it was on March, and it was a business plan that was devoted to show to the investors that we, being an Italian banks, can achieve the possibility to be best in class in Europe.
If we look at some of your worries, let's say you worry about your company, you worry about your country, and you worry about the world economy. What do you worry about the most?
The current situation in Europe is not something which is bringing a lot of satisfaction and joy. And clearly this is the area where I have most of my worries, geographically. The other thing that is keeping me awake at night, as the Americans say, which is not very true in reality, is the fact that the digital disruption is something which is transforming not only our business, the behavior of the consumer, but the business of all our clients. So I'm very much paranoid about the business of my clients, how this digital thing will transform them, and I believe that there is a lot to do in this area.
I mean, it seems there's an opportunity in insurance
We
to
are,
be the disruptor.
I always say the biggest risk for us is ourselves. My motto is always quality growth, because we're trying to grow at 15% every year. We could go to 25, we could go to 30, we could go to 40, but that would be very unhealthy growth. And because we're a long-term business, really in insurance, it would come back to haunt us. It's again that tension between the short term and the long term. You need to survive the short term to be there in the long term.
Yes.
But there is a tension there, and often your role as a CEO, I think, is to manage that tension.
Coming up,
Maybe they have been right in letting Lehman going bankrupt. Do you believe it was now, in hindsight, the good move or still the wrong move?